Hi, Angela Marie here. We're going to do a mixed pole fit class, so let's get right to it. Go ahead and face your pole. We're going to start with some body rolls. So hands nice and low. Roll it out. Chest, abs, hips. Chest, abs, hips. So you want to make sure you're always going chest first and that you're always shoving that pole in the floor to get those arms engaged, the back. Again. One more time, and let's take a walk. We're going to go right arm, taking a walk around. Everything nice and tight up on those toes. Go ahead and stop on the side of your pole. Circle those hips right here. And we're going to take that outside legs. Remember, everything away from your pole would be outside body parts. Carve it through the floor. Carving through. So all the weight's in that inside leg. And you're just carving through that floor. Add the arm, pushing back. So you're warming the chest and shoulder, as well as the leg. Last one here, go ahead and grab that knee, roll it back, opening the chest and hip, just loosening those joints. Let's roll it forward, big up and over. Two more. Last one. Stand right here. You're going to take that outside leg, give it a kick, and then a lunge back. So I'm going to face the pole so you can see what I'm doing. I do a kick and a lunge back. Kick, lunge back. So knee over that ankle. Again. Last one. Face your pole. Roll it out. That body roll. Chest, abs, hips. Chest, abs, hips. So again, shoving the pole on the floor. Take it a little bigger. Dropping your butt down. Again, shoving the pole on the floor. Last one here. Taking a walk, left arm. Walking around. Stopping on the side again, circle those hips. And that outside leg, half circle it. So all the weight's on the inside leg. Outside leg, half circle, add that arm. Pushing back. Warming the chest and shoulder again. Again. Last one here, go ahead and grab that knee, roll it back. Open the chest and hip. And again, forward, just loosening those joints. Last one here, take a walk, hand nice and high. Stopping on the side of your pole, you're going to face that pole. We're going to take that left leg this time, kick, lunge it back, kick, lunge it back. Again. Last one, bring those feet together, roll it out, body roll. Again, chest, abs, hips. You're really arching and tucking to make that roll happen. Last one here. Let's peel those legs out wide. Still facing that pole, knees and toes turn out. Come up on the toes. Tuck the hips as you sink down. So that plie squat. Again. Abs tight. You want to flatten that lower back as well. Two more. Coming back up top, drop those heels. Moving those hips side to side. So I'm going to come on the back of the pole so you can see, but hips are going side to side, side to side. Abs nice and tight. You have a corset on, it's just cinching up. And then circle those hips. So you're drawing a big circle on the floor. And let's go in the other direction. And then move into the rib cage. So rib cage only, pushing side to side. So right where that bra line is, you're pushing, rib cage only. Take it forward and back, popping that chest. Put those two moves together, big chest roll, popping round, popping round. So it's like you're taking your boobs and lifting them up and over, up and over. And then go the other way. One way always moves better than the other, but you're just loosening everything up. Bring it back to the center. Let's walk right arm, taking a walk. And then again, we're going to stop on the side of your pole, face that pole, hands low, roll it out for that body roll, chest, abs, hips. Let's take it a little bigger, shoving the pole in the floor. Again. Two more. Last one. Hold it up top. We're going to peel those legs out wide, up on the toes. Again. Two more. Let's hold it up top, circle the ankles around, and reverse it. And then stand on the the toes, take a dip. So you're going to squat and scoop. You're pivoting the knees and toes as you dip. Yes. One more time, up top. Take a wide body roll. So chest, abs, hips, same thing. Hands are low. Legs are wide. Rolling through. One more time. Bring it back up top. Left arm, take a walk. Stop it on the side. You're going to pirouette. Turn under your arm, backside on the pole. Peel those legs out wide. We're going to walk it down to the floor. So walking those hands down, hands to the floor, walk it out. You're pushing that floor away. Hands right under those shoulders, abs nice and tight. Slow lower. Now hug those elbows in close to your body. Push that floor away. Again, hug the elbows in close to the body. Big push away. Hold it up top. Bring the knees in. Crunch. Crunch. Pushing the floor away. Abs in nice and tight. And last one. Slow lower all the way down. Uncurl those toes. Lift that head up. Fold one foot back. Drop it down. You're going to do that snake back where you float your butt back. So push it into the floor. Drag your head and chest across that floor. And then bring it forward again. Heavy, heavy head and chest. Lift that head up. Drop it down. Float it back again. Heavy, heavy head and chest. Push that floor away. Bring it forward. Hold it here. We're going to bring this back one last time. And we're going to bring it up. So you're going to bring those hands in, popping the legs up. So you can pop both legs at once or one leg out to the side. Trace up that body. Right arm, taking a walk again. Stopping on the back, peel those legs out wide. Again, circle hip and chest. And let's reverse it. Reverse it again. Take it low this time. Sink into it. Bring it back up. Go low again. Back up top. Let's go the other way low. 2 times. Down and up. One more. Up top. Dips again. Side to side. Squat and scoop. You're pivoting those knees and toes. Last time here. Left arm. Take a walk. Stop it on the front. Turn under. That pirouette again. Peel it out wide right here. Resting your back on the pole. Tuck those hips under. Abs are nice and tight. Legs are wide. Take it down and up. So you're pushing your lower back into the pole. You shouldn't be able to slide your hand in between your back and the pole. So you really have those abs pulled in. Hips are tucked under. Stay low right here. Both hands up top. Drop the right knee. Then the other. All fours on the floor here. Big vertical circle. Push that floor away. Cat stretch at the top. You're imagining that you're inside of a tube and you need it to touch all the way around. Go the other way. Push that floor away. Stretching it out at the top. Last one here. Go ahead and pop those legs up again. Wide or one leg. Trace it up. Left arm. Take a walk. Stop on the side of your pole. Let's take a side stretch here. Palms on the back, feet are close. Drop those hips out. Big side stretch. Open that chest and shoulder. Pull it back in. Drop it back out. Pull it back in. Drop it back out. Hold it right here. And then turn it and face that pole. Hands low, legs a little wider. Round that back so it's a big back stretch. Pull those shoulder blades apart. Tuck those hips under. Really stretching the back out all the way up. Big shoulder roll at the top. And forward. Last one. Let's switch sides. Palms on the back, feet close. Drop those hips out. Big side stretch. Open that chest and shoulder. Pull it back in. Drop it back out. And one more time. Hold it. Pull it back in. Let's take that back stretch again. Hands low, round that back. Really tuck those hips under, pull those shoulder blades apart. And you can move with this stretch too, so just kind of rolling it up and down. Roll it all the way back. All right. Take your back side on the pole. Let's take both hands up top. Thumbs down. Keep your butt right there, but push that chest forward or that sternum forward. You can push through each shoulder, whatever feels good for you. And then pull it back in. You're going to re-grip low, thumbs down, and then let your body lean away. Roll those shoulders back and down. Let the hips fall away. Swivel those hips a little bit, keeping a little bit of movement. You take your head side to side, and let's pull it back in, out wide to the side here. Big inhale, up. Exhale down, inhale up, and exhale down. All right, we're ready to do this. So we're going to go through a little bit of strength, and then we'll break down the whole routine, incorporating the moves all together, and then we'll run through the whole routine, both sides, and look at different progressions as well. So we're going to start with a strong hold. So your inside arm, so I'm going to use my right arm, inside arm low, outside hand on top. And that strong hold, you want your grip to be about shoulder height when you grip that hold. And remember, you're always popping the chest, squeezing the shoulders back and down. So I'm going to grip that pole with my inside arm, outside arm's right on top. I want to be able to see your beautiful face, so I don't want the arms up covering your face. So you're right about shoulder height. Shove that pole on the floor. You're going to come up on your toes, so everything's already nice and engaged. Shove the pole on the floor, popping the chest, squeezing the back. You're going to tuck. So again, I shove the pole on the floor, squeeze, tuck those hips, bring the knees up to my chest, bring it back down, wide. I want you to give yourself a dip here. Dropping your head back, and then use those arms to bring it back up. Shove the pole on the floor again, shoulders back and down, lift and tuck. Bring it back down. Give yourself that dip. Bring it back up. Now if that tuck is hard for you, then I want you to still to work the shoulders and back, shoving that pole on the floor, so you're popping the chest, squeezing the back. You're just going to lift one leg up. That's going to help you tuck the hips under, and then just kind of lighten the weight in that opposite leg. Okay, and then maybe eventually you'll be able to lift it back up. Turn this down a second so I'm not screaming at you. So let's switch sides. Inside arm, so I'm going to use my left arm. Inside arm low, outside arm on top. Shoving the pole on the floor, popping the chest, squeezing the back. So again, I'm going to start wide, legs nice and engaged. Everything strong. Here we go. Lift it up. Again, if you're just starting out, you want to keep one up, just lighten the weight in the other. You're shoving the pole on the floor, it's just as strong, or you're picking both up here. Drop those legs down, give yourself a dip. Dropping it back, pull it back up. Let's do it again. Shove the pole on the floor, pop the chest, squeeze the back. One leg, tucking everything under, or two. Bring it down, drop it back. Bring it back up top. All right. So let's come back to the opposite side. I'm going to use my right leg, hook it on the front of the pole. Squeeze that heel tight to your butt. Standing leg should be right underneath of that hip, and you're going to open that hip up. Drive that heel into the floor, cinch that waist, reach it out to the side. So your knee, hip, shoulder, and wrist should be in a straight line when you get there. You're pushing this top hip forward. You're not sitting back into it. So really push that hip forward, squeeze that heel to your butt, drive that standing leg into the floor, reach it out here. Lengthen, and then pull it in, elbow to butt. Take it out again. Reach and lengthen, pull it in, elbow to butt. Again. Now, options. 2 arms, pull in. All right? The weight of the arms make that a little harder. Third option, carry those arms with you all the way up. Again, shoulders back and down all the time. Let's go one more. Up top. Switching sides. So again, hooking that leg nice and high. Heel squeezes tight to your butt. Standing leg's going to open up. Drive that heel into the floor, tip it out. Knee, hip, shoulder, wrist, straight line. Push that hip forward. Reach, heel, not heel, elbow to butt. Driving the heel into the floor. Good. Yes, ready for some options? Remember the progressions, choose them wisely. So you're pulling those arms in, or you're carrying them over, big heavy ball. Out and up. One more. And switch. So we're going to come back over to the right side. You're going to take that right leg and slide it across the pole. So again, you're in that wide stance. Both arms, strong hold, shoving the pole on the floor. So again, you know your options. You're either lifting one and kind of floating there. Now I don't want you just to lift a leg and hang out here. I want you to then lighten this one. So you really are working the upper body here. Okay, so eventually you can get both legs off. But if you can't, that's your progression. So here we go, take it up again. Shove the pole on the floor, bring it up, bring it down, take that dip, and bring it back up. So we're gonna see part of that in the routine. Let's do it on the other side. Strong hold again, inside hand low, outside hand on top. Shove the pole on the floor. You always want those shoulders way, way, way far away from your ear. You have big earrings on and you're trying to show them off. Shove that pole on the floor, pop the chest. Again, if you're here, you're just light, making that other foot light, or you're bringing both up. Bring it down, nice and wide. Give that dip. Pull it back up. All right. So I said we're coming back to that. We're going to go into a climb and pose option that we're using. And when we do the routine, you're going to have the choice of the different progressions. So I'm going to go through them. If you're going to do this video more than once, you certainly have plenty of time to practice your variations and your progressions. So let's look at basic climb first. Right hand on top, right leg's coming in that high march. It's on the same side of the pole as you. Remember, the top of the foot's touching the pole. You're shoving that pole in the floor as you bring that other leg up. One on the front, one on the back. So you're squeezing those inner thighs tight, tight, tight. Remember that internal rotation happening with the hips there to squeeze. So we're always progressing the hands off so the legs have to do the work. That's up to you, depending on where you are with your pole stand. But then you can take that dip and hang out here. Still squeezing, trying to get the hands free, adding a little motion and movement so that the legs are getting that extra work. Come back down. If we take it on the left side, left arm on top, left leg in that high march. Again, top of the foot touching the pole. Shove the pole on the floor as you take that step up. If you want to go up higher and you have more room, go for it. I'm going to stay right here so I stay in the video screen. But again, you're squeezing those inner thighs tight, tight, tight. Internal rotation. Taking that bow here or maybe both, trying to keep the hands free. Remember, your goal is to stay on the pole as long as you can, hands free. Bring it back down. So that might be an option one if you're just kind of starting out. Most mixed level polers will be right here with me. So you're going to take your right arm and right leg, and we're going to take that step up. When you step up, we're going to extend the left leg or that opposite leg. So I shove the pole on the floor, take that step, opposite leg is going to extend. So I'm really squeezing the inner thighs, and I'm taking that leg, that extended leg, and I'm rotating it in. Okay, so I'm doing that internal rotation. That knee and toe should rotate inward. I'm squeezing the other leg, so I still have that internal rotation happening. That's going to keep me there on the pole. Okay, so I don't want it to turn out. I want the knee and toe to curl in, nice and tight with that leg. So from here, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing. The opposite leg's shoving down the pole. Hands are going to go low, right about waist height. And I'm going to kind of pull myself into the pole. I don't want a space to happen here between my stomach and my hips and the pole. I want to keep that touching the pole. And I'm going to roll those shoulders back for my arch back. And then I'm going to roll them back up and use my arms to pull me back in. So if you're able to stay on the pole, then you're going to stay there. I'm going to go through some progressions with that. If you're still just kind of feeling that out, then you're starting down here on the floor. You're still going to try to climb, but you can slide back down to the floor to get to the arch back. But you're going to plant the foot that would be on the back of the pole. You're going to plant that on the floor so you have a stable thing to stand on, okay? The opposite leg is going to extend, and again, knee and toe. We don't want to turn out, we want to turn it in. So I'm getting that squeeze. So I'm going to kind of just adjust so that my knee's not being tweaked, but I'm still focusing on that inner thigh squeeze right here. So even if you're not able to stay up on the pole yet, you're going to go here. Hands are going to go low, and I'm going to roll those shoulders back, and then I'm rolling it back in. So option one, you're trying to climb, maybe a reach and take a bow. Now you're coming back down to the floor to try that arch back from the floor. Everybody else, you're probably progressing and you're staying on the pole. So then you're going to take that up. Again, you're going to come into that arch back pose. So you're going to take that extended leg, rotate it in, squeezing the inner thighs. Option for you guys, your hands, two hands here, low and rolling back. Or you're going to progress to that one hand or no hands. So the squeeze has to be nice and tight, that internal rotation. If I'm going to try one hand, I'm going to keep that, the leg that's extended, it's always the opposite hand, is going to cup right again at the hip or waist area. That's going to help keep me pulled in, and I'm going to twist out, okay? So let me just adjust so you can see where I am. So this hand's here, I'm going to twist out, looking over that arm. That hand's on the pole, so it can always pull me back and keep me there for safety. All right, that further progression with that no hand, and you can always just take the hand here and slowly release it, so it's always there to catch if you're starting to come off. But again, you're twisting over that shoulder. Okay, so I can stay here, or I can reach it out. Getting a little sweaty and slippery. All right, so I'm always looking over that shoulder. And then I always want to focus on my descent, so that narrow grip. Right hand on top, shove the pole on the floor, shoulders down, bring it down, okay? And you can play with some fancy leg work, maybe some flutter kicks or something as you come down. But always working the down just as well as the climb and the pose. So it's always a climb, a pose, and a descent that you're focusing on working on. So let's look at it on the other side. So left arm, left leg, that high march. I shove the pole on the floor, take that step up. If you're climbing up higher, go ahead. Again, that stepping leg kind of extends down the pole or shoots down the pole. The left, or your lead leg, we'll just say that. You're going to kick that leg out, okay? And it's not rotating out. Remember, it's always turning in, so knee and toe are going to curl in. Hands low, keeping those hips close to the pole. Roll it back, shoulders back, and then bring it back in. So you're arching, pushing the hips to the pole. That further option, the leg that's extended, it's always the opposite hand. You're going to look over and bring it back, okay? If you're letting go completely, see if I can turn this way. All right, so again, I'm twisting over the leg that's extended. I'm going to twist that direction and bring it back. That narrow grip to descend, so my left arm's going to go on top. Always about shoulder height, shoulders back and down. Pop the chest, squeeze the back, bring it down. Some sort of pretty descent, okay? But again, if you're working still, you know, on your climb or your stand, you're going to take that climb, take that stand, and then you're going to bring it down low. So you're going to plant your foot so that you can protect your knee, extend the other leg. Again, that inner thigh squeeze. So I'm trying to always keep the squeeze. I don't just want to hang out here and stand with my leg out. You want to work that inner thigh squeeze. So I'm going to stay there, extend the other leg, crisscross very much, crossing the center line, that internal rotation. All right, so knee is not turned out, knee and toe are turned in, and then I'm going to lean back with that. Okay, so again, here, pushing the hips up, rolling those shoulders back, and back up, all right? And again, work the descend. So even if you're on the floor, A narrow grip, shove the pole in the floor, maybe fold a leg up. Try to get both legs up so that you're working on that strength. All right, set that aside, we're coming back to it. Get a drink, wipe your pole if you need to. Let's break down this routine. There's more. So we're gonna use a side turn, similar to our side stretch that we did earlier. But you're gonna take both hands on the back side of the pole. And it's a cup grip, so fingers and thumbs wrap the back. Your feet are close to the base. Your hips lean away. So you want this big distance between you and the pole. That inside leg, you're gonna tip, plant, pivot, and turn all on that foot. So as I tip and plant, stand on that foot, turn, 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 until my hip rests on the pole. Okay, let's try that again. Palms on the back, feet close to the base, hips fall out, inside leg, tip, tip, plant, turn, till my hips rest on the side of the pole. Let's look at it on the opposite side. Palms on the back, feet close to the base, hips lean out. Again, big distance between you and the pole, that's important. Inside leg, tip, plant, pivot, and turn. So I tip, 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 plant, pivot, and turn, dragging that other foot around until my hip rests on the side of the pole. Try it again. Palms on the back, hips fall out, inside leg, tip, tip, plant, pivot, hips on the side of the pole. Let's go back to the right arm. So if we were to walk into that, as we always do, you're gonna walk, slide that hand down, outside hand goes on top. As you're walking into it, that inside leg's gonna take the step, tip, tip, plant, pivot, thread that leg through. So again, hips touching the pole. That now inside leg is gonna cross over the front of the pole so that your butt actually rests on the pole. Remember we did that dip earlier? You're gonna flip the top hand so both hands are thumbs up. You're nice and wide with the legs here. You can even kick them out a little further. And then you give that dip. And then we pull back up. Okay? So let's try the walk with the right arm. Walking around, that side turn. Outside hand on top, inside hand low, inside foot, tip, plant. Thread it through, cross over the pole. Inside hip should rest right on the pole. You can give that other leg a kick out. Give yourself that dip. Pull it right back up. Let's walk left side, walking around. That side turn, inside hand drops, outside hand on top, inside leg, tip, plant, pivot. Again, you're threading the leg through so that you rest right on the pole. Kick that opposite leg out. Give yourself that dip. Pull it right back up. Let's try it again. Left side, walking around. Side turn, outside hand on top, inside hand low. Inside foot, tip, plant, pivot, thread it through. Drop it back. Pull it back up. Okay? Let's go adding on to that. Okay? Let's come back to the right arm. We're going to take that side turn with the dip. Walking into it. When you're ready, inside hand drops, outside hand on top, side turn. Thread it through. All right, so it should be straddled, resting on the pole. Give yourself that dip. So from the dip, we're not going to pull back up. We're going to stay right here. I want that inside leg to really be far away. Okay? So far away that foot is. The outside leg, we're going to flip it over basically. So we're facing the ceiling, we're going to face the floor. That outside leg, which is my right leg right now, flips over, lunge. So the pole is actually touching the inner thigh. I'm in that lunge, knee over that ankle. My hips are facing the floor. Outside arm is going to go right to the floor right here. So you're in a lunge, you're pushing into the floor. Inside arms on the pole. Okay? Feels a little like a twister, I know. We're going to go through it again. All right? So I'm going to push into the floor, pull on the pole. Okay? Okay, so I'm shoving the pole in the floor, pushing into the floor. That lunge leg, so that inside leg, is going to flip over. My hips are facing the floor. I'm going to face the ceiling again. I flip it over. Push those hips up. If I'm feeling good and strong there, I can let go and reach. You want to watch this shoulder. You're pushing into the floor, not sinking in, not letting that shoulder collapse on you. So good, strong shoulder position there. Reach, or you're going to hold on for support. Okay? And then we just drop our butt down. So let's go through that again. That was a little complicated, I know, but it flows once we get going. So right arm taking a walk. That side turn, inside hand low, outside hand on top, inside leg, tip plant, thread it through and across, nice and wide. Make that foot go far away. Kick that other leg out, give yourself that dip, then you flip it over. So the outside leg lunges to the floor. So you can stay on the toe, you can drop the heel, whatever works for you. Push into the floor here. Should be right over top, shoulder over the hand. Top hand can shove the pole in the floor. All right, so you're here in that lunge. Flip it back over, hips face the ceiling. Push into the floor, watch that bottom shoulder. Top hand can come off if and when you're ready. Really push those hips up, nice and long, and then you sit right back down. Let's do it one more time, then we're going to go through the other side. Side turn, walking around. Outside hand on top, inside leg, tip and plant. Thread it through, nice and wide. Give that dip. Make sure that inside leg is far away. That's the key there. Far away, because that's your lunge leg, or your extended leg. Outside leg comes over into the lunge. Plant that foot, plant that hand. Bring it back over. Hips face the ceiling, reach. Watching that shoulder and sit. All right, let's try the other side. So we're going to practice side turn, outside hand on top, hips fall out, inside leg, tip and plant, thread it through. Again, that inside leg, get it far away, nice and long. Give that dip. Outside leg flips over. Outside leg comes over into that lunge. And I'm just going to pivot around so you can see. So I'm in that lunge. I reach for the floor. All right. So inside leg should touch the pole. Inside arm holding onto the pole. That outside arm's pushing into the floor. You're right underneath your shoulder so you're good and strong. Push into the floor, pull on the pole, flip that leg back over. Inside leg comes back over. Push those hips up. Again, you're watching that bottom shoulder. Push into the floor, reach long and stretch maybe. Or again, you can stay holding on here. Then we drop that butt down. Let's try it again. Walking into it this time. So left arm walking around. Outside arm on top, side turn. Thread it through. Nice and long, far away. Give that dip. Let's flip it over. Outside leg. I'm just going to move so we can see. Outside leg comes over. Reach for that floor. Sink those hips. Push into the floor, pull on the pole, flip it back over. Hips push up. Reach and long. Sink it back down. Yes. All right, we ready to move on? Wipe your pole if you need to. Mine's getting a little sweaty. So remember, there's progressions. You certainly want to make sure that you're watching your shoulder as you go over. That lunge, take your time as you play twister, okay, with your pole. So just being cautious of your joints, watching your shoulders, your hips, your knees, all of that as you go. You don't have to move fast or anything, but everything should be strong down to your little itty bitty toe as you go over. All right? So let's go from right arm, adding on. Walking around, side turn, outside arm on top, inside leg, tip and plant, thread it through, wide and away, give that dip. Outside leg comes over. Reach for that floor. Sinking into it here. Flip it back over. Reach. Drop that butt down. So we're going to fan those legs over. So you're going to take the outside leg, cross it over the center line, and then wide. One bent, one straight. We bring it back. Wide. One bent, one straight. So the top leg's always the straight leg. Again. Bring it back. Last one. So the top leg is the straight leg, okay? You're gonna lean into that leg or kind of lunge into it. So when I flip over, the leg that's extended, that arm comes over with me. I just flop my butt to the other side. So I have one leg straight, one leg bent, and I trace right up that straight leg all the way up so I can walk back to my pole with that sexy walk. So let me show you what that leg work looks like from right here. So when we are doing our arch, we sit, okay? The bent leg crosses over, wide, over. So it's always one straight, one bent as you go side to side. Then I'm going to take the top leg, okay? So I'll come to this side here. So the top leg, I'm going to lunge into that leg. I bring that hand with me, shift into that foot. You basically are taking your butt from one side, flopping it to the other. All right, one straight, one bent. I trace it up, 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 and then I do my sexy walk right on back to my pole. All right, so let's look at that again. So as I land, all right, we did our arch back. We sink our butt down. I cross it over the body, wide, over, wide, over, again. Top leg stays straight. I'll go this way this time. I shift into that one, flop your butt over. You just switch the bent leg and the straight leg. Trace it up, trace it up, trace it up. Walk it back, okay? All right, let's try it from the side turn. Walking into it, right arm, outside arm on top, inside leg, side turn, nice and wide, extend that leg, give that dip, flip it over, so outside leg, comes over, gentle to the floor, push that floor away, bring it back, push those hips up and reach, sink the butt down, bent leg crosses over, wide, and again, last one, top leg, stay straight, reach for it, shift that butt, so you switch the bent leg and the straight leg and you trace up, and we walk right on back, okay? Let's go left side. Walking into your side turn, walking around, outside arm on top, inside leg, tip and plant, thread it through and across, far away with that leg, give that dip, flip it over into that lunge, gentle push into the floor, pull on that pole, bring that leg back over, push those hips up and reach maybe, sink that butt down, top leg crosses, wide, over, again, stay here, top leg, shift into it, toss that butt over, trace it up, so you've shifted the bent leg and the straight leg, sexy walk back, left arm. Let's try it one more time, then we'll add on. Side turn, left arm, outside arm on top, inside leg, tip and plant, thread it through, give that dip, flip it over, gentle to the floor, push, pull, flip it back, reach, sink, top leg, over wide, again, last one, shift into that top leg, toss that butt over, trace it up, walk it back, spin. The spin we're going to use is the leaning cup dance turn. I'm saying dance turn because I want you to land on your feet rather than taking the spin to the floor, which is, of course, one of the options with the leaning cup spin variation. But leaning cup spin dance turn, basically, because I want you to land on your feet. So with the leaning cup, you're going to take both hands on the back side again, just like we did for that side turn, side stretch. The inside leg is going to open up to face the pole. Outside leg out to the side. Very important because you want that knee and toe facing the pole. Protects the knee, but it's also going to allow you to get into the spin. We want the pole to hit the back side of that inside leg. So I want to bend in that knee and toe facing the pole. Fingers and thumbs are wrapped around the back side. So no thumb around. We want everything on the back side, cup grip. Outside leg out to the side. So when I tip, I'm pivoting on that inside foot. The outside leg's going to draw that circle around. That's going to let that inside knee catch the pole. And that's going to be my cue to bring that outside leg around. And actually, there's a little switch off, okay, in the air. Let me show it to you in real time and break it down again for you. So, leaning cup, I tip, inside leg hooks, pop the other one off, okay? So what's happening when I'm in motion? Body weight way away from the pole. As I tip, again, that inside back of the knee tags right there. That's my cue. I bring the other leg in, pop the other leg off, okay? So it's a switcheroo, kind of a tag you're in with that. Here it is again, real time. I lean away, no jumping, no leaping. I just tip, inside leg tags, pop the other one off, so that you should finish just like I am here, one straight, one bent. You're gonna flip that top hand and then bring it right back up because we're gonna roll into some body rolls right here. So hands low, chest, abs, hips. All right. So let's look at that leaning cup again. Palms on the back, inside leg open, outside leg out to the side. Tip, inside leg tags, switch. One straight, one bent, flip that top hand, bring it right up into that body roll. Okay? Let's look at it on the left side. So palms on the back of the pole, feet are close, well, inside legs close. Knee and toe facing the pole, outside legs out to the side. Again, you want to bend in that knee already so the back of that knee catches. When you're ready, you tip, back of the knee is going to tag right there. That's your cue to bring the other one in, pop the other one out. Again, you just tip, no jump, no leap. Tip, back of the knee tags. Switch, one straight, one bent, and flip that top hand. Bring it right on up into those body rolls. Chest, abs, hips, shoving the pole on the floor. Yep. Let's try it again. You can walk into it if you want, or if you're ready. Remember when you're walking, your lead hand's usually high, or is high. As you're walking around, you're prepping for this one though, that hand's gonna slide low, and the outside hand goes on top. So left arm walking around, getting ready for that leaning cup. Outside arm on top. When you're ready, that inside leg opens up as you take that step, okay? And you go right into it. So I'm walking around, inside hand drops down, outside hand on top, inside leg, steps open. Pop it out. Flip it, roll it up. Chest, abs, hips. Alrighty. Let's walk into it right side. Walking around, inside hand's gonna drop low, outside hand on top. When you're ready, that inside leg opens up. Switch around, and flip that hand. Roll it up, body rolls. Yes. So then we would go into that climb and pose that we did earlier. And that would finish up that part of that routine. So we would climb and pose into a stand, into an arch back, or you make it yours, whatever you want to add on to it. That's just what I chose to do today. So wipe your pole, wipe your hands. Let's go through the whole thing, adding in our climb and pose. So with your spin as well, if that's a spin you're comfortable with and you've been used to doing that one, you can also take that a little more up. So we're just kind of tipping into it, but you can pull up into it as a progression. I tend to get really dizzy sometimes with some of those because that is a fast spin. When you basically are going anytime, just like ice skaters, we go out to in, you pull it in, and that speeds you up. But basically what would happen with that, as you're walking around, you wouldn't really drop the hands too much, just enough you can get there. And as you tip, you're going to really crunch everything up the pole as you get into it, and then you still are going to exit. So I'll show you that just if you want to play with that as a progression. So as I'm walking around, when I'm ready, that outside heel will go on top, inside leg, and I pop it out. All right, I'll show you on this side. Walking around, outside arm will go on top, give that little, you never jump really, it's just a little bit of a leap as you're crunching up. So I walk around, outside arm on top. When you're ready, that inside, let me walk around again. Sometimes you have to psych yourself up. Then I take that inside leg, catch, pull it in, pop it out. Okay? And then I come up to those body rolls. Woo! A little dizzy there. So, all right. So that's a progression you can work on for sure with that. I like just tipping into it. I feel like it's very flowy and pretty enough, you know. But if you're one of those, you know, you like to go fast and you like a lot of that power and speed, then that might be the option for you as well. And maybe you don't get dizzy. I certainly do. All right, let's go from the very beginning. Go through each side, add in our climbing pose, and then I'll let you take it from there. All right, so right arm, taking a walk around. That side turn when you're ready. Inside hand drops low, outside hand on top, inside leg. Tip and plant, thread it nice and wide. Tip, bring it back up, outside leg. Over gentle lunge. And you can also add in a little hip here. Little hip lift. Push into that floor, bring that leg back over. Reach and arch. Sink that butt. Top leg over wide. And back, again. Last one, so that top leg, shift into it, flip that butt, trace it up, walk it back. Right arm. All right, we're getting ready for that spin, leaning cup. Outside arm on top, inside leg. Pop it out. Flip that top hand, roll out that body roll. Ready for that climbing pose. Right arm, right leg. Shove the pole on the floor, take that step up. So remember that squeeze. You can take it up as high as you have room. Rotate inward, hips stay close to the pole, hands low. Roll it back. Roll it back up. Remember your progression, so one hand or no hand. Okay. Narrow grip. Right hand on top, shoulders back and down. Pretty descend. Yes. Left arm, take a walk. Side turn over here. Outside arm on top. Inside leg. Tip and plant. Thread it through. Give that dip. Hello. Flip it over. Outside leg. Gentle. Come into that lunge. Let that leg scoot back. Little hip lift here. All right. A little fun with it. Bring that outside leg over. Push those hips up, reach, sink it down. Top leg, over, wide, again. Last one, bring it over. Top leg, shift into it, flip that butt over, trace it up. Left arm. Ready for that leaning cup when you are. Outside arm on top. Trace it up. Body rolls. Ready for that climbing pose. Left arm, left leg, steps up. Extend that leg, squeeze. Two hands here, keeping the hips close. or that progression. Coming back up. Left arm on top. Shove the pole on the floor, shoulders back and down. Pretty descend. You ready to do it again? Right arm, take a walk. Side turn, inside leg. Thread it through. Dip. Outside leg, bring it over. Gentle. Give me a hip. Flip it back over. Reach. Sink. Top leg, bring it over. And again. Last one, top leg. Shift into it, flip that leg. Trace up. Right arm, taking a walk. You ready for that spin? When you're ready. Bring it up, body roll. Again. Right arm, right leg, step. That arch back pose, squeeze, internal rotation. Reach. Bring it back. Right hand on top, shove the pole on the floor, shoulders down, pedal. Left arm. Side turn, outside arm on top, inside leg, tip and plant. Thread it through. Dip. Bring that outside leg over. Gentle. Hip. Flip it back. Push. Sink it down. Top leg. Over. Again. Last one. Shift into that top leg. Flip it. Trace it. Left arm's coming for that walk. Ready for that leaning cup? Outside arm on top. When you're ready. Body rolls. Finishing up. Left arm, left leg. Shove the pole on the floor. Step up to that stand. Squeeze, choose your options. Roll it back up. Left arm on top, shoulders down. Descend. Yes. You're done. Let's cool off a little bit. But feel free to work through it again and again and again. Get your practice. Stop it on the side, peel it out wide. So work through those progressions. Flow fast, flow slow. Lots of ways to kind of change up the pace. Dip side to side. So just working through it, work through the progressions. Try it slow, try it fast. Try it right, try it left for sure. Balancing out your body, circle here. Go the other way. Couple body rolls. One more time. Let's take it a little wider. Walk those hands down all the way. You can bring them to the floor, shifting into each hip, each foot. Stretching those legs out. Let your neck and shoulders relax. And then walk it back up. Step in close to your pole. Let's stay on that right foot. Take that left leg nice and long behind you. Knee over that ankle. Tuck that back hip. Sink it down a little bit. Feel that stretch on the front of that hip. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Stretching that hip flexor. And then switch legs. So staying on the left, right leg goes behind. Knee over that ankle. Again, you're going to tuck that back hip under. Feeling the stretch now on that right hip. You're squeezing the inner thighs as well. Step it back in. Open up wide here. Hands low, round that back, that big back stretch. Just let your weight hang right off that pole. Rounding the back, tucking those hips under. Roll it all the way up. Big shoulder rolls at the top. And forward. Last one here. Face in the front, take the palms in the back, that side stretch. Bend that inside leg this time. Let those hips fall out, open that chest and shoulder. Should feel so good. Let's switch sides. Palms on the back, feet close. Let those hips drop out, open that chest and shoulder. Pull it back in. Take that back stretch again. Round that back. Tap those hips under, pull those shoulder blades apart. Maybe a little twist, a little peekaboo. And then roll it all the way up top. Slide across the front. Both hands up top, thumbs down. Keep your butt right there, but push that chest forward. Push through each shoulder. Hanging out in the center. Pull it back in. Re-grip, low. Let your body lean forward as you roll those shoulders back and down. So really pull the shoulders down, lengthen that neck, stick your chin out there. Feel that stretch in the neck and shoulders. Swivel those hips a little bit. And then bring it back in. Step your feet forward a little bit as you rest on that pole. Big inhale here. Exhale down. Again, up. And down. Good job. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the next one.